Hi folks, Nathan here. In this map building video, we're going to build a simple forest map just using the Arkencore pack. So the first thing we're going to do is create our map. Over here, let's call it forest map. We're going to set under the map settings, map background texture to grass 2, just because that's a darker grass option. And we're going to set a predefined barrier here. Let's just go for 40-inch TV, I think is good. So we're not going to be doing a big sprawling forest. This is going to be a more smaller encounter map. We don't need to set any other options here, so we are just going to click on Create Map. Don't save any changes. And we can see we have our map here. So our red line is our build area. We can build outside this, but if we want to do things like lighting and fog of war, then it's not going to go outside this barrier unless we move our screen out there. So the first thing to do here is do a little path through the forest, just so we know where not to put the trees. So we're going to go to Map Building and Assets. We're going to go to our purchased Arkenforge Fantasy textures and go to Dirt and Sand. And we're going to use the Dirt Texture 2 in this case. And what we're going to do is under Placement Types, we're going to click on Brush, make sure Soft Brush is enabled, and set our brush width of 2. And here we're just going to sort of freeform a dirt path that goes through the forest here. And we can see we have our little dirt path here, which gives us a path for our party to walk down. We're going to rough it up just a little bit, so we're going to go to Customize Tile, add some tile noise. Our noise scale is going to be, I think around 300 looks good. And we can do a little bit of addition to, maybe a -10, just so it's got a little bit of patchiness to it now. So we don't want that perfectly clean dirt path, we want a little bit of overgrowth and whatnot that's happened. Wonderful. So now we're going to place some trees. So I'm going to go back to Map Building and Assets. I'm going to go down to Objects, go into Trees, and you can see we do have some animated tree options, these snowy pines, but for this we're just going to use these two tree options here. So Tree 1 and Tree 2. So if I hold down Control or Shift, I can multi-select these, as you can see here. It'll give me my placement options. And if I just click normally, it's going to move between those options as I place them. But you can see they all look like the same tree. So I'm just going to delete all of those. Don't want to select my path here, so I'm going to click on the path and click on this toggle lock button, which will stop me from being able to select it. And now let's delete those trees again. And so what I'm going to do is, with both these trees selected, I'm going to hold down Shift or click on the randomize placement button here. And what that's going to do is give me a slightly randomized version of those trees. So you can see here that they may look a little similar, but their rotations are different, their colors are a little different, and their sizes are a little different. So it gives us a little bit of variety to our forest. I'm going to click on randomization options and just tweak these values slightly. Just bring them all up a bit just to give us a bit more randomization. I think that looks quite good. What I'm going to do next is, instead of just individually clicking each tree, I'm going to go to Object and Brush Placement. I'm going to set my collider mode to Simple Box, just because I don't need these to be blocking light. I'm going to set a nice large brush width. Let's go for around 5 looks good. And I'm going to give it a good density, about 75. So this is going to affect how large of an area I'm brushing these trees, and density is going to affect how many trees go in that circle. And so now I'm just going to brush around where the path isn't. There we go, and do the same underneath. And then we have a nice simple forest map. We'll just quickly move some of these trees around just to get some good placement in there. Make sure that there's nothing blocking the road too much. And there we have it. There's a nice super simple forest map that my players can now have a nice encounter in. Maybe we throw in some wolves or some bandits. Maybe we have a broken down cart in the middle here. You build whatever you like on top of this, but yeah, this should help you get started with building some nature maps, especially if Arkencore is all you're working with. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!